Hey y'all, it's your girl Jamika. So, welcome back to my channel. So, you guys, if you are not a part of this channel already, please click above and subscribe. Um, go ahead and like the video because you're gonna like it. Nah, but do like the video, share it out. Today, I just want to talk about healing and not just anything about healing, just kind of to talk about how do you deal with healing. How do you set some time apart for yourself, or how do you, not even a how, do you know how you heal? Do you know how you respond to situations that you don't care for, that you don't like? How do you manage it? So, on Clubhouse today, me and my ladies of the ladies of Black Coffee, Honey and Grits, um, we were just talking about overcoming situations. And of course, today's the 1st of February. And so you guys are probably seeing this on the 2nd or whenever you see it. But we were talking about how we go through certain situations in our lives and what is our response to those situations. How do you deal or manage your ability to heal or put yourself in a place where you are not necessarily where you're withdrawing from anything or anyone, but where you are able to manage yourself. So think of it this way. Think of the last situation that you were in, or if you can't think of the last one, because maybe it's been a while, maybe you've been living a good life. Think of a time that was hard for you, a difficult situation that you experienced, and how did you overcome it? What was your steps? And this is just something to help make you aware of the way that you maneuver to get to success. The way that and I don't even want to say success. Success is always different for each and every individual. But how do you uh pretty much shift yourself into a place of overcoming? Shift yourself from the victimized um, aspect of your life into the victor. Like, how does that happen for you? What do you do? So, for myself, when we were having this conversation this morning, I really was trying to sit because she asked us, Shelly was over the day, right? And she asked us, she was like, well, maybe it was something that happened a long time ago, or maybe it was something that happened most recently, but how do you manage overcoming certain situations? And I really was sitting there and I was like, like, how do I do that, right? What do I do in order to make that happen? And so as I was sitting and I was thinking about it, I was like, I think it's the same whether it was in the past or today. I'm one of those people who kind of retreat, and it's not retreating as in like I'm hiding from anything, or I'm retreating because I'm fearful or any of those things. It's more so I take a step back and I try to understand where I am, my placement, and then I try to look at all the things around me, all the moving pieces, because I want to make sure that I make my next move my best move. And excuse me, and as I said that, I kind of think about chess, right? When you're looking at all the pieces on the board, you're looking to see how it plays out for yourself, and then what could be a response play. And some of the best chess players can see, you know, must I was gonna say millions, but it's not that many. But they can see a lot of moves ahead. Let's say 15 to 20 moves ahead, and they can see the whole gambit being played and how it's going to play out. And so I can't say I'm a great chess player, but I do understand the movement of the pieces and taking everything into consideration, because that next move that is going to be taken could shift some things. And whether it's good or bad, that's all based off of perspective. But at the end of the day, for me, all things work out for my good. But I want to make sure that I am cognizant of what is taking place and what is about to happen. And some of the other ladies, they talked about the different ways that they manage things. Sometimes, we as women, as people, right? Sometimes we don't think about all those things. We don't think about those moves. And we get placed in situations where we even know that we're choosing the wrong thing, right? We know that we're choosing the wrong play, but we do it just because we feel like we can make some additional changes while we're in that situation. And I can tell you, think about a relationship that you've been in. When you met that person, you saw all these red flags, and you still were like, oh my gosh, yes, I see the red flags, but I still want to give it a shot. Maybe they'll change. And one of my things is, and I say this all the time, is the only person you can change is yourself. And so for me, I can't, right? I can't knowingly get into, and I won't say that because I just might do it. But I try to make better decisions for myself now. We don't want to knowingly get into circumstances and situations that we know aren't going to be for our best benefit. And for myself, sometimes even when I do choose a certain situation that may not seem like it's for my best benefit, it is for a learning experience and I take it as such. But it's also about understanding that at the end of this experience, whether you're hurt or not hurt, emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, because spiritually, right? You have to be able to say, I was responsible for making this choice for myself. And that is what's vital. And that accountability, that responsibility is all about you, because at the end of the day, you are making every choice that you're making, you are the one that makes it. And I remember just going back a few years ago, I remember being in college and asking a friend, I was like, hey, what do you think I should do about this situation? And at the time, it was a few friends of mine, we were thinking about going to New Orleans. And it was for Mardi Gras. It was my first time going to Mardi Gras. And of course, I was like, out trying to weigh the pros and the cons. And I asked a couple different people because I know different people have different perspectives. And so one of the ladies that I asked, she was like, you don't need to do it because that's a stupid decision. Don't this, don't that. And I was like, okay, well, explain it to me. Like, let me hear you out. And so she was just like, well, da 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 da. She just said whatever it is that she wanted to say. And I was like, okay, I can hear that. I can see that. I understand it. I asked another lady, mind you, both of these women at the time, um, I was in my mid to early to mid 20s, and they were in their late 40s, early 50s. And I'm asking them for their advice. And one of the other ladies, she was like, you know what? At the end of the day, yeah, some people may say don't do it because you don't want to put yourself in a certain predicament. But if you've already made these arrangements with these people and you're going with friends and the cost is cost efficient, this your first time going, enjoy your life. Go take it. Go take that trip. And she laid out, a few factors that I had already given her. Because sometimes what happens in conversations is that we already know our answer. We know what we want. We just need someone else to kind of support that or give us that, yeah, that a girl, go do it. Or that a boy, go do it. Because that's what our parents have done for so long, right? They've told us what we should and shouldn't do or how we should and shouldn't move. And some people, they need that extra reassurance, while others are like, I don't care what you say, I'm going to do it anyway. The more rebel child. But so I listened to both ladies, and then I had a tiebreaker, right? I listened to someone else, and I won't even say a tiebreaker. The other individual, because I don't remember who it was, but the other individual was just like, just do what you want. Like you're saying, and they reiterated the same things that I told them, because sometimes you just need people as a sounding board. And so they said exactly what I said, but they were like, I can see both sides. So they really didn't break the tie. But ultimately, it came down to me thinking to myself, do you really want to miss out on this opportunity? Because that's exactly what it is. It's an opportunity. Do you want to stay in the house and be the safe, take the safe route? But both routes were safe at the end of the day. But do you want to take the safe route, or do you really want to go and enjoy yourself and have an experience that you haven't had? Take the risk. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, all of these people can tell you what they want, but at the end of the day, you still have to make that final decision no matter what people are saying. And I did. I took the trip just so y'all can know. But what are you doing for yourself when it's time for you to make decisions? When it's time for you to step into healing or to change and do something that you've never done before? What are you choosing for yourself? Because every decision that you're making or not making is what's leading you to have the life that you currently are living, whether it's the one that you truly desire or not. So, with that being said, I really just wanted to talk to you guys and to get you to think about those things. Number one, I did this. Number one, number one, when decisions happen that you don't like, how are you moving around for yourself in order to get you to a more prosperous or a better situation for you? And number two is, what decisions are you making? Because you have to be cognizant that every choice that is placed before you, whether you get assistance or help or confirmation, I'm sorry, y'all. Alexa, off. Whether you get help from someone else, um, you're the person who's making that decision at the end of the day. And so understand that that decision is your choice. No matter what someone else tells you, how they make you feel, what belief they try to give to you, because a belief is something that you think, that you consistently think. No matter what that is, you're making that final decision, that final choice. So it's up to you. So, what is it? Be in control of it. And then, two, if it's not what you like, how do you get to that next step? How are you dealing with your own patterns? What patterns do you have? So, just think about those things. That's something I just wanted to bring about just based off the conversation we were having. I might come back to y'all, but as y'all can see or heard, my alarm went off, so that means I gotta go to a meeting. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Always remember to be you. I love you.